It's basically a show about the rise of a man and the journey he goes on to become the most powerful man in the New York Police Department, the youngest even since Roosevelt. And it's about his relationships with the other characters, particularly Shy's Don Owen, and how they grow and basically navigate between what is right and what is wrong.
It's about choices. It's about, it's about courage. It's about character. It's about flaws. It's about redemption. It's about so many things that that basically make the human condition so intriguing and so compelling to watch. It all begins with a mutual level of respect for each other as human beings, and we certainly respect each other's work. I think that Theo's a very fine actor, and he makes some really wonderful and incredible choices on screen. It's very easy to act with him because there's a naturalness, and when you've got two actors who respect each other in that way, and we spent time together, going out and carved up a few steaks together, smoked a few cigars together, had a few adult beverages together. He's a good time guy.
Yeah, no, we were lucky, and we were saying before, you don't always know how you're going to respond to people you're working with. So there's an element of luck, and it kind of worked as soon as the table read through. There was, as Shy says, a respect, but then also a kind of a willingness to be able to feed off each other.
Yeah, you've got to be open to that. You really have to go into a job just being ready to accept someone and being accepting, and I think both of us were very open-minded and open-hearted about that, and it all seemed to come together very organically.
You probably hear a lot of British actors talking about this, obviously, but you need to do the prep because you need to get it in a place where you don't even think about it. And I other than doing the work, you have to get in the car in the morning to go to work, and I wouldn't really slip out of the action until it was the weekend and I was having a few beers. And then in that way it just becomes easier and you don't ever have to think about it. That's the place you want it to be, because then if you're thinking about it, you're distracted and you're not in the scene, and then it's kind of, then you're shot. So yeah, prep really, just being there and having, I had a great coach as well, but it's just doing the work really. We did the ride-alongs, but we also, I think really the most important thing was hanging out with the detectives, and particularly Jimmy.
Yeah, we had a guy, Jimmy Bodner, who was a very highly decorated first-grade detective, homicide detective, who's now since retired. And we also had Lenny Lemmer, who was, I think Lenny was actually the second highest decorated homicide detective in New York City history. And we spent time with these guys and got to know them, and they're just regular guys, but they just hate bad guys, and they just dealing with them and listening to them talk. And you talk to a New York cop, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be thoughtful, you're going to be afraid, and you're going to admire them because they're very courageous individuals. Anybody who runs toward what everybody else is running away from, that's a hero in my book.